I'm not gonna try to understand what type of mentality was inside this man, but I know that he was missing a tremendous void at home to think that a little girl was his whole world. This is a love story about how Shorty ended up in a bad situation and trapped by the hands of fate. You had 14 years of living, and we're a month away from being 15. But lust though is something you can't have will drive a man insane. This led him and I into a dead-end lane. So finally, I remember my brother rushing into the living room, and together we watched Fox News. 14-year-old Niantic has been shot 4 times walking to San Leandro High by a 17-year-old boy with a shotgun. After he was done with his homicide, he committed suicide. Tell me, how often do these two ever collide? My brother and I spent that night calling old friends and listening to tunes to try to substitute your void. Can somebody, anybody tell me why? Can somebody, anybody tell me why we die? We die! This is where the game stops. These shots won't dilute when memories are plastered just with chalk where bodies once stood. Where RIP signs are found on telephone poles and pictures are hung on crosswalks. 4 shots and 1 14-year-old is what made me stop and think that we can't change the past. We can only learn from our mistakes and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Tragedies never hit home until they hit you. Follow yourself before death follows through. We need to just let go and let God handle the rest. Maybe this poem could be the gun, and his voice could be the trigger. Because I don't want to hear about another person killed, and I don't want to watch Channel 5 and Danny King says that a fellow friend has died from a gunshot. Because 4 shots and 1 14-year-old is enough to last a lifetime. And most of all, I don't want to hear another poem about this. Another poem about a homicide killing from a gun. You tell me when to go, and I'll tell you when to stop. I don't care if you're from H Street, Fillmore, from the dozens to the hundreds to High Street. We all get the same punishment in the end. We all have brothers and sisters that die from our egos. Losing life is not worth $1 million even though it's empty. Learn from the past. Ja Rule and 50 are not the new Tupac and Biggie. We are the new Calvin chickens in the industry because we pack more bodies than the meat market. And we sell our own graves at liquor stores. They have an aisle set aside set for the street soldiers who died. Call us ground beef, because once we're dead, they ground our memory forever with praise. This is a poem in 1990. My last goodbye before silence is sealed. I'm staring at you through my computer desktop and you're staring straight back at me with a smile. I'll never forget how they buried you in that golden dress you were supposed to wear on your birthday. Happy belated, by the way. See, this is where the game stops. And nobody should lose the opportunity of life over a gunshot. Thank you.